Okay, so I'm here chatting with Agnese Pagliarani. Hopefully, I've pronounced that correctly. Now, very interestingly, she's an Italian screenwriter, scriptwriter, who's written a screenplay script called To Hell and Back. Now, what's most interesting about this? This is actually based on a story by Audie Murphy, which is the same Audie Murphy that I know really well, who's a decorated war hero, but in fact went on to become an incredible Hollywood star, and which is true. I know Audie Murphy really well as a boy. I remember watching lots of his films. But To Hell and Back is actually autobiographical, I believe, Agnes. So can you tell us a little bit more about what you know of this story and what drew you to write a script version of this?
Well, it all started with a song. A song by Sabaton, a Swedish metal band who made a song about Odie. The song is Twell and Back, the name, and I like very much the song, and I got curious to know the story about it. So I watched the movie, and then I've read the book. I found a copy of the book on eBay, and I liked it very much. And I said, and I thought, okay, the old movie is good, but probably a more modern, more mainstream. Probably its version it deserved it deserved a remake. I think would fit very well.
No, I know what you mean. Because, for instance, if you compare To Hell and Back to the graphically to something like Saving Private Ryan, obviously Saving Private Ryan, I know they're two completely different films, but the point I'm trying to make is with Saving Private Ryan, it's much more, we would say, visceral, and it's much more realistic in terms of what the men went through. I mean, we all know it's pretty horrific.
Yes, I mean, I don't think I'll have so many problems of censorships or things like in the 50s. So I put on a realistic way. So I don't know what to say.
No, I know what you mean. I mean, you're facing a bit of a problem because you like the book, you knew the story, but you're kind of rewriting a script and story that Audie Murphy is quite famous for. So was that quite daunting?
Was it?
Quite daunting, scary. Did it concern you that you were rewriting a script of a story that had already become quite famous?
Yes, I'm still facing a lot of problems about it because I didn't have I wrote it without thinking about copyrights or things. I just thought, okay, I'll try. So if I find and I hope to find help about it. So I still haven't I still don't have a deal about the covers and things. I just want to find some help about it. So then I think about. So now, right now, I just think to make me know myself, to make me know what I wrote, what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I'm also writing other scripts. I'm writing the pilot for a TV show.
Yeah.
So just I betted a lot about with the script to make that, and would be awesome if someone says, okay, I could help you to realize it. But so I can make me know myself, make people know. I don't know. Sorry, I got confused.
No. Don't listen. Don't, honestly, Agnes. Don't beat yourself up. You're explaining yourself very well.
Thank you.
And I know it's difficult when you're trying to explain it. I mean, I always think that script writing, anything to do with filmmaking, is very difficult. Script writing, incredibly hard because you've got to structure it and you've got to plan it and you've got to do several drafts. I mean, how different is your script from the film that we would know? I mean, is it radically different from the film?
Well, I tried to be more faithful to the book. I tried, and I also put some maybe some bad language, some bad words that people that probably they couldn't say in the 50s. And I think also there are a lot of gory scenes, but to make to be more realistic, how war is in realistic. I also wrote it because let's say it, the Italian campaign in this part of World War II is not so much described in movies. People know the Normandy barking, the Normandy part, the Germany part, but what American and British soldiers with Italian partisans, let's say it, because my grandfather would kill me, fought, did to set Italy free from Nazi. It's very important for history, but
Yes, it is.
it's not very described. The last one movie who treated this argument was probably Miracle at Sant'Anna by Spike Lee. It's 11 years ago.
You're absolutely right, Agnes. I agree with everything you say, and I think, without getting bogged down in history, I mean, I don't think I wonder because the truth is, I mean, it's just, this needs to be something that needs to be talked about, is where Italy started, who they sided with at the beginning of the war, and how that had changed by the end of the war. And obviously, we realised that Italy as a collective had freed itself from Nazism and decided that he actually wanted to be part of the Allies. So it's it is a really important story to be told. And you're right. I mean, I'm racking my brains to think of films that show what happened in any conflict or politically during World War II, and I'm struggling, to be quite honest. I'm really finding it hard to think of any films. I just can't off the top of my head. And yeah, we all know lots of American or British films that concentrate on certain aspects of World War II, but not Italy. It's very difficult.
Yes, so I thought. Then I thought, okay, there's a good source that talks about this part of World War II that is not so much described in movies. So I thought, okay, it's my so it's because it's my country, it's a bit of history of my country. And then I thought, why can't I try to make it work? And also because as you said, Eddie Murphy is a very famous person, in America, and I discovered it thanks to the song. Just to say it. And it could. I think it could help also this, because I mean. Okay, I mean, another less famous part of the war, based by a book of someone who became famous.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? What's very interesting, which I got back to right at the beginning, is a fact.
I mean, probably. I can try. I always wanted to make this part, because also my grandfathers, my grandparents as partisans made their work for the cause. So make their part. But I have never found a good source, a good way to start. Reading the book, I thought, okay, it's a good way to start. Then let's try. That's what I meant.
And Agnes, tell me what's because I think you've written other scripts. I've looked at your biography. I mean, can you give us a flavour of how difficult it is? I know it's it's a difficult question, I know, but just using To Hell and Back as an example, because you're going back to quite a famous story, but just tell us how difficult it is to put this together, how long it took, and just to give us an idea of what's involved in creating a script.
Okay, I started writing scripts in general 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I started by game, like we can say. I started to find interest, and then I had another idea, also another idea for a horror.
Yeah.
But it didn't went well because I wanted to. I tried to organize a lot about it. I also tried to be the showrunner, the producer. Then I thought, okay, maybe it's better stop, put this project on a desk for a minute, for a period, and start with another one. So I stopped until I found the good occasion. We can say that To Hell and Back is the second script I write professionally. Transylvania was the first one and didn't go well, probably because I was still principiante. Also, was my first time, I can say it.
And how difficult was it to do this? I mean, how hard is it? How long did it take? And what is the process? Yeah, I mean, how long did it take, and how hard was it to do?
In general, or this last one?
Well, To Hell and Back.
Okay, I started to write the script 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then in Italian. Then I made it translate in the summer of 2018, in the summer of 2018. And then I made, and sometimes I made sometimes I have some corrections. So we can say 2 years. It's 2 years that I started to write it 2 years ago, and sometimes I still correct it. So.
Oh my God! 2 years ago.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, Agnes, what is your profession? I mean, I'm guessing you work as well. So, do you work and write scripts? I mean, how do you find the time to do this?
Well, my first profession is a secretary. I'm officially, you can say, a secretary from from an office, a retirement fund office.
Yeah.
So, but I'm working a lot to hoping that the screenplay or the filmmaker will become my first one. and
is script writing? Because you always have a vision of how fulfilling something is going to be. Is it as fulfilling as you hoped it would be, and do you enjoy it as much as you thought you would?
Well, people say be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good sacrifice sometimes to make something for others and not just for myself. If you know what I mean. I think until I like to write, until I like to start from an idea of mine. Why should I stop?
You know what? I couldn't have put it better myself. And the thing is, my mantra in life is, if you're not enjoying what you do, why are you doing it? Because you won't be passionate about it, you won't care about it, and the job will not be done properly. So whatever it is in life you do, whether it's script writing or playing tennis or swimming, whatever it is, if you don't enjoy it, then don't bother doing it because it won't work.
Exactly. If I stop enjoying this job, if I find another thing I like, another thing I have passion about it, I start it and I retire from script writing. But until then, why should I think? Okay, but what if I don't find a good producer? What if they start making a deadline? No. I'll face all these problems and I'll try to resolve it.
Fantastic. Agnes, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
That was the perfect ending, and that's it. Really, really appreciate your time. And thanks for the interview.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.